Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me today for this presentation to show you the capabilities of Workbooks CRM, what areas of your business it can address, and how my company, Wizard Systems, can help you with your CRM project there. Now, we run these short presentations every Friday, normally every Friday, focusing on different aspects of Workbooks and CRM. And today we're going to look more closely at how we can use workbooks to manage events. So if your company does exhibitions, conferences, seminars, networking events, and even online activities like webinars like we're doing this morning, this could be of tremendous benefit to you. Now, this presentation will be about half an hour or so in duration. It's just a basic session. Every organization uses a CRM system in different ways. Everyone's got different requirements. I wouldn't have enough time this morning to go over all of the extensive capabilities of Workbooks. So after this session, if you want to explore Workbooks in more detail, there is a free trial, but also specifically, we'd love to organize, if you've got time, more of a one-to-one session with you where we can go in more detail into the system and discuss your specific needs. Now, on the call today, and there's, I think there's about 18 people on the call today. I know some people are already trialing the system, so you've seen it before. You may not have seen the way in which we can track events, so hopefully this will be good information for you. But excuse me if I'm going over some information you may already know. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. Your microphone is on mute. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question section on your meeting control panel, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end. Also, this session has been recorded. After the presentation, you will receive an email from our system with a link to the recording that you can play back at your leisure, and most likely we'll pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started. Just a brief mention, first of all, about my company, Wizard Systems. All we do is CRM. We've been doing this a long time. We've implemented well over 3,000 systems all over the UK and further afield. We're based in Bristol, but we cover the whole of the UK. Now, Workbooks is a cloud system. There's nothing to install. You can be up and running really, really quickly, as you can see if you're trialing the system already. And we do have clients that set up their own systems, teach themselves how to use it, but be realistic. Do you need any help in advice or guidance on how to configure the system, import data, customize it to your requirements, training? Would you benefit from a little bit of training at your place? You could come to our place. We're in Bristol, as I said, or we could do it online if that's more convenient for you. And finally, ongoing support. We've got a friendly, responsive help desk service here, ready to answer any of your calls or questions. So in working with you, what we want to try and get at is, what are you looking to get out of Workbooks? What issues are you looking to solve? What objectives are you looking to achieve? Are you replacing an older CRM system? Are you just starting up in business and you recognize you need a system to help you develop business more? You want to do better marketing, track sales and quotes more effectively, acquire more customers, improve customer service, or manage your events, which is what we're going to discuss today. So there could be, a combination of those, and that's really, our job is to try to get to the bottom of that. So that maybe after you've implemented Workbooks, after you've been using it for a few months, we can look back and see some kind of ROI, some return on investment and the improvements that Workbooks has made for you. So what is Workbooks? Well, it's an affordable, central, easy to use system to help you manage information about all of the contacts and organizations you deal with every day, your leads, your prospects, your customers, tracking your interactions with those people as well. Great way of sharing information amongst all of your customer-facing people. It is your corporate memory. You commit to it, really important information that you can really easily retrieve and help you do your job more efficiently and manage situations more effectively as well. There's some marketing tools in there to help you be more proactive in your targeted communications to your clients. Now, unusually for a CRM system, not many other CRM systems can do this, but we can create quotes, and there's an option for creating orders and invoices. Now, there's two different editions of Workbooks. When you sign up for Workbooks proper, you've got a choice. There's CRM edition or business edition. CRM edition does all of the normal CRM things you'd expect, plus the ability to create sales quotes if you want it to. Business edition does all of the above, plus the ability to create orders and invoices. So tracking a complete business process, if you like, the ability to create invoices to clients, record payments of your customers, do credit notes, even creating supplier orders, purchase orders to suppliers as well, all in one application. Both editions have a customer service tracking feature. So if you've got technicians in your company, or a help desk, or a customer service capability, they too may want to use the system to, again, to improve teamwork in your company. So you've got your sales, your marketing, your customer service people all using the same tool, sharing information, thereby being a lot more efficient working as a team that way. Now, as well as it being a great productivity tool, Workbooks is also a great management tool as well, to help you make decisions and manage your business more effectively. It is a UK system. As I said, 100% cloud. All the data is in the UK, held very securely in the UK, and a level of security, quite frankly, that most small and medium-sized companies could not afford on their own. Very, very secure, and also very reliable. Last year, we had an uptime of 100%. It's always going to be there for you on whatever device, whatever browser you're using. Now, just to focus on some of the key aspects of Workbooks before we go into the system proper. So at the heart of any proper CRM system, it's a database to help you record information about the people you deal with. It's very customizable. When I show you the system shortly, the screens can be easily changed by you. No programming required. You can also deploy different security levels as well. So if you've got certain people that shouldn't see certain information, you can do that with Workbooks as well. Loads of different levels of security that you can define. You're using it to manage and track and control and keep on top of all of your customer interactions, your phone calls, your meetings. Every day you've got tasks to do. They're in the system as an activity in your activity list. That information can be shared with systems like Outlook and Exchange if you want to. If you're maintaining your diary in another system, there's a diary in Workbooks, there's a diary of course in Outlook. We can share the two systems so that you only type in information once and it will magically appear in the other system for you automatically. So why are we doing all this? Well, you're building up a wonderful client history of everything that you've done, your colleagues have done with a client, because you never know when it might be useful to know of some phone call that took place or a meeting that took place from a customer service point of view to help you. So it's really important to maintain that history there. Now, we integrate with any email system, Yahoo, Gmail, Apple Mail, Outlook. So as you send and receive your emails, they're being copied into the email history of that client automatically for you, together with any attachments. And when you're out and about, we've got a mobile app, so you can access your system from your mobile device or your tablet. Whatever browser you've got real-time access to the Workbook system. Now, a brief mention about marketing. So we've got easy ways of uploading data into Workbooks. If you've got client records already in some other application or maybe Excel, it's easy to import those records into Workbooks to get started on that information. And also you can export any information you see in Workbooks if you wish to Excel or some other file. Another way of getting data into the system, and I will touch on this in the presentation, is via a web form. So if you've got an inquiry form on your website, that can be linked to Workbooks very easily. No programming required as such, very straightforward to do, so that when people fill in their information, that automatically becomes a record in the Workbook system, and you can start working on that information. And there's a little bit of workflow and automation in Workbooks as well. So these new inquiries coming in, they can be, well, they're logged automatically in the system. So they're not going to disappear down some black hole. They're always going to be there for you, and you can alert users typically by email. So in someone's inbox will be a little message to say, you've got a new lead, you need to respond to it. So before doing any marketing activity or event, which is what we're discussing today, you've got easy ways of creating lists, creating the invitation list. Who should come on this event? Who should get this invitation? So well, the bottom line is, if the information exists in Workbooks, you can create a list based on all of the people or companies that have that information in common. Really easy ways of doing that. There's so many different ways of doing that actually in Workbooks. Now, from a mailing point of view, so if we're doing an event, there might be some initial invitations that go out by email. And you may be doing lots of other email marketing activity right now as well. We integrate with 3 very popular systems, MailChimp, Constant Contact, or .mailer. MailChimp is probably the most popular one that we come across. So a nice two-way link. So you create your list in Workbooks, the people you want to send this email to. That list is automatically uploaded to a system like MailChimp. No need to export or import information. It's so easy to do. And in fact, we did feature on this on our last week's Friday presentation, this MailChimp link. Very, very easy. MailChimp obviously allows you to create a nice looking email. It will deliver the email, send out the email, but importantly then, with the integration back in Workbooks, we can see against a client's record the emails they were sent, what did they open, what did they click on, and also observing hard bounce. So the email address, there's some problem with the email address, so it bounced back to you. And opt-out, unsubscribe information as well, all done automatically for you. So a nice two-way link with these powerful email marketing platforms. Now, another important thing that CRM systems do is to manage processes in your company, and probably none is more important than the sales process, how you acquire your customers. And part of that is this ability to create quotes, which you can use if you want to create nice looking, really nice looking, appealing quotes to help your customers make decisions on your products and services. You can store your price list in Workbooks. You can import your price list into Workbooks. So if you regularly get updates on pricing from suppliers, that can be imported into Workbooks to keep everything up to date. You can even store rich information like images of pictures, which could go on those quotes. You can, excuse me, you can create as many different quote layouts as you want to. So you might have different quotation situations, some situations requiring a very simple, brief quote, others requiring more of an in-depth, maybe an in-depth proposal. Both could be utilized, both could be set up as different alternate layouts in the Workbook system. And all fully integrated with another key element of a CRM solution, how you manage your opportunities. So the opportunity is like another dimension to Workbooks, another screen where you can record all of the information about that opportunity, this potential sale, this project, this job. You can call it what you want to in Workbooks, that you've got with your customer as regards what is it, what's the value, what's the probability, When is it going to come into your company? What was the source of the inquiry? Oh, there's so much information that you can track about that opportunity. So as you're doing these quotes, excuse me, they can be made to update your sales opportunity. So we have with Workbooks, really, if you think about it, we've got the ability to have one simple to use, affordable solution to manage the complete customer journey, from getting in your new inquiries, going through qualification and negotiation with that client, creating quotes, managing these potential opportunities. Then hopefully the customer orders, so you create your internal sales order, you can create purchase orders to suppliers, you're fulfilling the product, and then invoicing as well. We do have optional links to popular accounting systems like Sage 50 and Xero and QuickBooks. So these orders and invoices that you create, they can be transferred into something else, again, without the need for retyping information, saving you time and improving accuracy. Right, last couple of slides. Brief mention about customer service. So again, another dimension to the system. You can disable this if it's not relevant to you. You get it anyway, but the ability to track in more detail customer service requests, applying deadlines, service level agreements on these problems. You're tracking a history of these issues, and in a way you're building up a knowledge base of typical problems that you get and the solutions that you offer to solve those problems. Right, last slide, putting a manager's hat on here. So we've got a great tool, a great solution with Workbooks to manage sales activity levels. So it's going to give you answers to those typical questions like how many leads have we got coming in, how many calls are we doing, how many meetings are we doing right now, what's the outcome of those meetings as well. And another important aspect is sales opportunity management. What business are we expecting in right now, in the future, and so on. A couple of tools to help you there with what's going on in Workbooks. There's a report writer with approximately 50 reports to get you going. You can create your own as well. Nice, pretty looking reports with colors and formatting controls and totaling and so on, and different ways of grouping and sorting information. And then complementary to that are dashboards, nice graphically appealing bar graphs, pie charts, showing you what's going on right now as regards key areas in your business like leads, marketing, sales, activity levels, service, and so on. Right, let's go into the demonstration proper. And two things here. I just want to give you a flavor for the interface if you haven't seen that already. What does Workbooks look like? Typically, how do you navigate your way around the system? And secondly, how can we use it to track our marketing activities, our marketing events? So this morning I'm using Workbooks in Chrome. It will work with any browser. I've just logged in. And what you see, first of all, is called the Workbooks Desktop. Now, it looks familiar to you, I'm sure. You can see in the bottom left corner there a Start button. It looks just like your Windows desktop. So from that Start button and your Start menu, depending on who you are, so I'm logged on this morning as someone called Tony Khan. Depending on who you are, you see more or less options here. But right at the top, we've got their people and organizations, the contacts and companies that you work with. So if I select one of those organizations in this example, up comes what we call the organization's landing page, a bit like an Excel spreadsheet, showing me all of the company records, all of the organization records I've got in my Workbook system. Now you can decide what columns you see here. Every user can decide what columns, but I'm showing the organization name, the primary phone number, where are they located, what salesperson looks after them. You decide what you see. You can also put these companies, organizations into different groups. So Over on the left-hand side here of this landing page, I've got this view section where you can easily, via this filtering button there, you can easily put people into groups or different views. So I could easily now see, show me all of my prospects. I click on the prospects view. Well, I've only got 3. Show me all of my active customers. Click on customers. There we are. Very easy to navigate your way around. And incidentally, just to the right of the start button, you've got a Google-like search box there. You can type in part of someone's name, part of an activity. It will find it for you wherever it exists in the system. Now, if I click on one of these organizations, let's see just an example of what more information we can track about a company. So this is now a new window has popped up showing us more information about this organization. You can see there's a row of tabs across the top of this window. You can have more tabs or less tabs as you wish. Initially, we're on the main tab. Show me the main information about this company. So this is standard workbooks. If you started using it right now, this is what you're going to get. But deliberately, you can change all of this. You can change these labels, you know, things like the drop down list. You click into a field. What are the common entries in alphabetical order that our people will be filling in there? But you can create your own fields, and you can search on any of this information. You can report on any of this information. You can build up your marketing campaigns based on any of this information. So there we are, the main information about this organization. And then running across the top there, we've got, as I say, more tabs or less tabs. So we've got some general notes, including the ability to attach files, against this client record. Activities, show me what have we done. What have any of us done with this customer? What are we about to do? Things that are highlighted in red are overdue. They're outstanding. They're outstanding activities. There's so many ways of creating new reminders in the system for yourself or a colleague, and of course with the integration with Outlook, that's another way of having you to create those tasks and reminders. Emails. What emails have we sent or received from this client? Not only our emails, but our colleagues' emails as well. You'll be able to see it here exactly as you see it in Gmail or whatever. In fact, you can create new emails from here if you want to. In the interest of automation, there's all of your emails. People. You may be dealing with some big organizations. And typically when we talk about events, where those events are targeted at people. So here we know of 3 people that work at this company, and I can click on one of their records, Alan, for example. This now is a record of a person, similar to the record of a company that we've just been looking at. Those tabs running across the top there, initially we're on the main tab. Show me the main information about Alan, his key contact information. Let me just close this down. So really extensive information there about all of the people that work at this organization. And then opportunities. What opportunities on the go have we got with this company? I can click on one of those and see more information about that opportunity. All very customizable. This is just an example of what you can do very easily, no programming required, to track information about those jobs and potential sales revenue. Let me just squeeze over to the right here. Transactions. So this is something that Workbooks does that many other systems don't do, is the ability to track transactions. What's a transaction? Well, it's a quote, an order, an invoice, even customer contracts. We can track contracts that many other systems can't do. So do your customers have contracts with you? Are you servicing their equipment? So that could be another thing that we're tracking. We've got many clients that are using this to track their contracts. And related to that, service cases, tickets, problems. Here we can see in this example 16 things that have been going on with this client from a support point of view, and we can click on those and see more information about those cases. Right, let me just finally mention marketing campaigns, which is what we're here to discuss this morning. What events is this company, what events has this company been on or about to be on? What have they been invited to? And what's the status? Again, quite customizable here. You can see the status of this mailing for that particular event. So that's the information typically we can track about a company and people, just to give you an idea of what the interface looks like. Now I'd like to go into events and marketing. So I go back to my start button, and here's this section called marketing. And off of marketing, we've got marketing campaigns. So each of your events will be a campaign. Even doing a simple thing like a newsletter, that will be another marketing campaign. So here we see the campaign's landing page, like we saw before with the organizations, showing me row by row, summarizing all of the activities, all the marketing activities on the go right now. And these activities, these campaigns may be of different types. So I've taken the liberty of creating a little group of my activities specifically for events. So if I click on events there, that will now just filter that list and just show me what events we've got on the go right now. And you of course can decide what columns you see here. So I've got 5 events on the go right now, and if I click on one of these, we are zooming in to see in more detail what this event is all about. Now this is an example of a marketing activity. Again, we've got those consistent tabs running across the top there. Do you see? Initially run the main tab, show me the main information about this event. Now this is all very customizable by you. So in this example, I might want to know what's the budget for this event, maybe some revenue expectations or targets excuse me, for this event. Guideline pricing for this event. This was all very easily set up as extra custom fields against this marketing activity. And a little bit lower down, I've got some panels of information here, bits of text here, which will be automatically put up to my website that's promoting this event. So with Workbooks, we've got customers, or you can also create your event landing page. So when you send out that invitation email, and there's a little link on that email to invite someone to see more information about your event and then register for the event, that could be a web page that's maintained, created by Workbooks. And your users, you can have a very simple way without any knowledge of HTML, without any knowledge of how websites work. You can be updating information on that website with information about the background of the event and an agenda. So just take a look at this. So I've got a little box down here for the agenda. And one of my tabs is the ability to preview to the user, what does the event page look like? What's the customer going to see when they click on that link in the invitation email? So if I click on that, and I'm just going to open this up in a new browser tab, just so I can quickly show that to you. So this is all in Workbooks. So this is what our customer sees. Nice pretty page here. There's the text that came automatically from Workbooks, put up onto the website. There's a tab here called Agenda. This agenda information came automatically from Workbooks. And then the ability to sign up. Now, of course, we might be having our existing invitation list, our existing recipients registering, of course, but maybe they forward the registration, this event, to other colleagues or other companies. So this could be a way of now tracking. I mentioned earlier the ability to link a form on your website to Workbooks. So imagine I'm a brand new person, a brand new lead. We don't know about this person, and I busily type in their name in here, who is their employer, Wizard Systems, what's their email address in here, what's their phone number, what's their job title, and this new person, this new inquiry submits that information, they register for the event. That will automatically be logged as a new lead, a new opportunity for us in Workbooks, and logged to the event page as well. So a nice way of having a nice page of this event, all created, maintained by Workbooks. So, and thinking further forwards, we come to the actual day or days of the event. We could have an event attendance page. So imagine you're at the venue. This is an offline activity. You're at the venue, you're at the event. You've got your tablet or laptop, and you want to register people as they come through the doors. So this is an example of an event registration page. So here's all of the people that have been invited, and a simple way of updating their attendance by just clicking on these buttons. Just one simple way of doing it. It doesn't have to be like this, but this is just an example of what a registration page could look like. So again, you're automatically, this is a live link into Workbooks. As people attend this event, excuse me, that's going to be updating our Workbook system automatically for us. So let me go back to the event page. So another important tab here is activities. So this is a way of you laying out what are the key things, what are the to-dos that you've got to do on this marketing activity. So this again takes the stress out of the event, because here we've got a simple way of seeing where are we at with all of these different activities and who in the team has got to do them. You're not working on your own. You may be working as a team, and so you want to make sure that you are delegating activities to them. Members, who are, there's another important tab, who are the people that we've invited or that are coming on this event? So I actually had initially 3. You saw me type in a new registration, a brand new registration, which was Tim Wilmot here. And I could click on them just to prove it to you. This now is a new record of a lead in the Workbook system. I've got a few blanks here because my form didn't ask for additional information like you know, job role and other alternate phone numbers and so on. But just an idea there for you. These forms, they are making sure that we're tracking important registrations as part of that event process. And there's some more tabs there that you can have more tabs or less tabs as you want to, but a nice way of seeing everything that's going on about that event. And then post-event, again, that could be another mailing that goes out to, maybe we have 2 different mailings, a mailing to those people that did attend, and a different mailing to those people that said they're going to attend but didn't turn up on the day. So again, Workbooks can track that activity, typically, if it was a mailing activity, typically through something like MailChimp. So we can track all of the information about responses to that mailing. So there we are, a quick example of events, and we've got some dashboards to support these different events. So for example, here's a marketing KPI dashboard. Show me all of the events going on by month and what's the outcome of these events and how many leads are we getting from these different activities here as well. And the holy grail of for any marketing person is what's the ROI. So these different events that we're doing, you know, what was the budget of those, what revenue did we get, and how much business did we get from those activities? Because we're tracking our sales in Workbooks, we can tie back those sales to the source of those sales, the source of those inquiries. So we're closing the loop there, and that allows us to easily create a report like this to see what's going on with the return on those activities. So hopefully that's just a very brief introduction into Workbooks. What does it look like? More specifically, how can you track events? There's a lot more to Workbooks. As I said earlier, it can be different things to different companies. And as a next step, if you're actively looking at a new CRM system, please contact me, contact any of us here at Wizard Systems so we can discuss your requirements in a bit more detail. Just a bit more information on the pricing. So here's the two different editions. Remember, CRM edition or business edition. Now you can mix and match these two together. I didn't say that, but you can. So if you were 5 users, for example, and you did want to have a way of creating and tracking orders and invoices, so you recognize that you need a business edition there in your company, you could have, say, 3 people on CRM edition and then 2 people on business. You can mix and match, no problem. So you've got an annual subscription there. There are add-on options. A popular one is the Outlook Exchange integration. That, for example, is an extra £48 per user per year that wants it. And finally, be realistic. Do you need to set aside a little bit of budget for implementation and help from Wizard Systems, your CRM experts? So if you want any training or setup help, once we know what you need, we can give you costings on that. It'd be so difficult. We've got so many different implementation options here at Wizard Systems to meet all company requirements. You may be prepared to do some things yourself. You may be so busy in your company you want us to do everything for you. Let us know. We can then give you the appropriate pricing. Right, we're almost at the end of the session now. We've gone slightly over a half hour. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question section of your meeting control panel. First question from Guy. Can it be linked with WebEx? So WebEx being a popular webinar online meeting tool. Yes, I think there's various ways of doing that. One way of integrating it is with a third-party tool called Zapier.com, Zapier.com. This is a bit of glue that could link WebEx to Workbooks. So registrations you get could be imported as new leads into Workbooks, for example. That might be an interesting way of doing that. So yes. Question from Marcus: can the free edition also be mixed in if we have had something staff? Temporary staff. Sorry, Marcus. No, the free edition. Now, the free edition does have some limitations. It is only a 2-user maximum system. You don't have the MailChimp link, which I've been referring to, the way of customizing it and creating these web forms as well. So it does have a few limitations there. A good way of starting if you're running on a very limited budget, but it's 2-user only. It can't be mixed with any of the other editions, Marcus. Next question from Paula: how long did it take you to set up what you have shown? Well, every company is different as regards, how they manage events and to what extent they want to track it in Workbooks. What I've shown you would have taken a few hours, to be honest with you, as regards the actual marketing campaign record, and then more specifically the 2 web pages and sorting out the form. What you saw was 2 web pages creating in Workbooks, the event page and the event registration page, and thirdly a form, that registration form. So there's a few little bits and pieces. It would have been a few hours, but once we understand your requirements, we can give you firmer costs for that, Paula. So I don't think there's any more questions coming through. So it just remains for me to, as I say, this is just a basic session. As a next step, are you on a trial? If not, go to workbooks.com, sign up for the trial, no credit card required. What you'll see when you log in, what you'll see is what I've shown you. Not the events though, you won't see the events setups that I've shown you this morning, but all the core elements will be there. Put it through its paces. If you get stuck, you call us. And along with that, would you appreciate more of a one-to-one presentation with us so we can go over your specific needs and then confirm cost to you as well? So thanks very much for your time this morning. Watch out for the email from our system with a link to the recording. But thanks very much for your interest in Workbooks and your time, and hopefully catch up with you soon. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.